I'm Kevin. I'm from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and this is my Oklahoma schooner, or OK Schooners. We've had it for about 18 months and got about 9,000 miles on it now. We got the lock and roll hitch. The one thing I did find out is that because it's such a short trailer, it's a 5x9 body, that I added to the hitch an 8-inch extension that I got from Amazon. And even though that extension hooks onto the truck instead of the trailer, it really makes it a lot easier to back up. It doesn't cut quite as sharp.
Yeah, anything you can do to extend the tongue, and you have a good sized truck. It's not like you're towing it with a Subaru, so tongue weight's not an issue.
No, because that battery is heavy and it drops the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah. We added the ARB room, and of course we had to do the SAM mod.
You did it yourself though. You
Yes.
didn't go see the wizard.
I didn't go see the wizard, no.
You were inspired.
I really was. My wife and I saw that and it was like, that's what we need. We didn't even have the room. We saw the mod first. So then we knew, okay, now we got to get the room and do the mod, and we were in.
Well, this is my first time seeing it on an OK Schooner, and we're gonna get there. I'm gonna tease people a little bit because that is the nicest one that I've seen done that wasn't done by Sam himself.
Oh, well, thank you.
Now, this come with it?
Yes, we ordered this because it was so heavy on the front. Originally the spare tire mounted here, and that's a lot of weight, and both of us together could not lift that up. So we took all that weight off the front, added the 120-pound battery. No, we need the power lift, so I'm not going to pull my back.
So, you know, you have a nicely organized tongue box here, and you're working with a 200 amp hour AGM, so you got some, like you said, 120 pounds of weight there.
Yes.
But did you mount the tire somewhere else?
No, it just lays in the bed of the truck.
That's the beauty of having a pickup truck.
Yeah, it is. We ordered these, and actually I went brain dead. I forgot the manufacturer. Rhino Rack.
Rhino Rack.
Rhino Rack. So we got those, and then I added the kayak mounts because we have kayaks that we take occasionally. It's got a small max fan, not the big one, but it's the small one. And then I drilled a hole in the side for the diesel heater. It sits down here. We power it off the battery, and just got one vent in there, but it keeps it at 60-ish.
Did you get that Valterra port off Amazon?
Yes.
Did you have to get the cap separately? And
no.
You found a place to get it all in one?
This one came with a cap. I ordered another set for the inside so that I can cap it if I need to, because I've got a vent on there right now. But I was talking with one person and he said, I got a vent or a cap on this side, and if some kid comes up and pops the cap and throws a firecracker in there because I don't have a cap on the inside. Yeah, I think it was Camp and Camera that mentioned that. So
Mike.
I bought
Mike
two.
Didn't want a firecracker in his camper. So. All right, very cool.
Power import.
Is this AC ventilation?
It is, AC ventilation, and then the exhaust vent is up on the top.
Okay, so we have a center mount. You're boxed in on the AC fan.
So because we got to order from the family business, they let us pick and choose how we did this. Their base model comes with doors and such. Didn't want doors. Didn't want tanks, so there's no water tank to deal with. We just wanted something nice and smooth to wipe off. So we got the stainless steel top. Took us 6 weeks to get this top. The first time they made it and this lip came out instead of rolling under. The second time they made it, there was a huge crease, so they sent that back, and then the second manufacturer did it on the third time.
Well, third time's the charm. It looks incredible. It's such a nice fit and finish on this galley. I like what you did here. I wish the door came up just a little more.
Yeah.
It's right at head level, but I see that you've addressed that in the best way possible.
Andy was in charge of, was responsible for saying, you need to get a pool noodle and you need to do this. And so, yeah, I've hit myself on that corner.
Yeah. How do you like the IceCo?
We love it. It's the single zone. It's not the dual zone. But that's okay. If we have something that's frozen, we'll stick it in there, and when we're ready to cook it, it's thawed.
So I love the built-in nooks, the spice
Yes.
rack. I mean, I hope this shows up on camera how really classy and just, I mean, it's a very, very nice looking galley. And these drawers, what do you store in the catch-alls?
Oh, so in the bottom, this is the oven, Coleman oven.
Okay, and that goes on your Everest?
That goes on there. And we've got the welding blanket cover to keep it warm. And we have a couple of bricks to put inside of it to help regulate the heat. Oh yeah. This one's the cast iron and cooking pan drawer.
So the drawers are quality enough to throw
No.
a cat? Oh,
Not for cast iron.
okay.
We found that out the hard way. The whole
All right.
bottom out. So
Okay, I've run into that with people. That's why
I flipped it
asked.
over and replaced it with a sheet of 3/4 inch in the bottom, and it holds now real well. And then silverware on top. And they're all soft close drawers, so.
And the little silicone dimple pads.
Yeah, Cosmo.
Yes,
Right
I was
there.
gonna say, I know where you got those.
Yeah. When we're actually on the road, the stove sits up on top of these, and I just bungee it in off each side and the little hook in the bottom, and it won't move. And then to hold everything in, I just made some bungee cord loops. They're got the fancy tacks in there. I think they're office thumbtacks or whatever. It's got the little head on top.
And you're coming back on itself with just wiring heat shrink.
Yeah, I wrapped it with floral wire, real tight, and then heat shrinked it so I didn't poke myself. And this keeps the paper towel from unrolling. With the wind, it's nice and tight.
Genius. I want to take a look at some of your camp furniture here because it is
Okay.
pretty nice. Where did you get these Max Sport chairs?
Costco.
Costco.
They had them on sale for $89, and we have tried to find chairs that were comfy, and that mesh keeps everything nice and cool. It's a really comfortable set. There's no bar behind your legs pushing up against you. They collapse, and they have their own carrying case with back straps on it if you want to take it for a trip.
I like them. I wish I could link for people, but if you have a Costco near you, look for Max Sport chairs. They definitely got my attention. How do you like your Everest, your Camp Chef?
Love it. Love it. We're able to get a big skillet and the oven on here at the same time. We saw a bunch of reviews, and they said this was the easiest one that they could actually control the flame all the way down to almost nothing. And it's a 20,000 BTU per side, I think.
Wow.
It'll boil water quick. It'll burn stuff. So you really got to watch it and tone it down.
So that's what you store on the countertop with the silicone pads?
right here.
Nice.
Right there, and just lash it down with the
Boy, it
bungee
almost
cord.
looks like we could get it on top of this too.
It's close. And I was upset that I couldn't. Because at one point I was thinking, I'll just build a little shelf across the bottom and mount the tray on top, and I can slide the stove right in there. No, it's an inch tall.
We are cut from the same cloth because I'm always trying to find some new
Yeah.
way to store things. We've kept people waiting. I am so happy to show, and Sam's going to be thrilled about the job you did modding this yourself,
Well,
and how
shall
you
we
got
go in?
back into sewing.
Yeah. All right, so here is I call it the Memory Maker mod because that was the first place I saw it. As I said earlier, we saw the mod before we bought the room, and that's what made us buy the room and do the work.
I love how clean a job you did, especially for not being into sewing, having not done it in a long time.
No, I've done a few small things, but nothing like this. So I just followed his directions and got the soldering iron, flattened out the cutting thing.
Yeah,
and,
the hot
and
knife.
Did that,
and
yeah,
just-
the hot knife. And everything that he said to do seemed to work perfect.
These are Amazon aluminum tent poles.
They are 11 millimeter. You can get them in 9.5, 11, and 13. I tried the 9.5 and they're just not strong enough. So I had to buy another set of the 11s. They're going to be about 17 foot long when you get them. So you're going to have to cut the ends, and all I did was use my copper cutting tool, right, for plumbing. It's about that big and costs about $5.
Yep, just thread it down till it's tight and
Yep.
just spin it around.
And then you make it long enough so that it will arc, and tie it in the, I just got a gear tie holding it, nothing fancy.
I mean, you got really good height, and you could put a pole here to reinforce it in
And
a
I have
deluge.
had to in the rain.
Okay,
I have had
in
to.
a bad one, but right now you have all the headroom. It looks really good, and you sewed some pockets to receive these.
I did. Would you like me to take this down so that you can see that?
No, I saw your template.
Yeah, and someplace I put it. That ain't it.
We'll find that template.
We'll find it. Yeah, and
Did you put anything in the end of the pole, like
No.
a protrusion, to stick into that, or it's just the cutoff end?
It's just the cutoff end. With their normal tent pole thing, I could probably get some spare parts.
Oh, I see it. It's got one on there. So,
yeah,
okay.
it's just like, it's a tent pole that clips in for your frame. And you got to make it a little long so that it arcs. But that's just a little bit of trial and error. So here's the prototype that I made. And this is 3-inch webbing that I got from Amazon. And I just cut it across, made a 45-degree angle, sewed it in. And this is all on the top. There, you can probably see it.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the bottom, another piece of 3-inch webbing with a grommet that I got from Tandy Leather, because it's a wider grommet. It's not too thin and it won't pull out.
So that receives the end of your tent
And
pole
that's
securely?
what pulls the end of the tent, right there.
I love everything about it. Well, what a nice setup. I'm glad that you're getting out and using it. You got some miles on it. It was really a privilege to come and meet you.
Brian, my pleasure.
And I hope you guys stay tuned for other videos on the channel.
Oh, every time you got one, we know it.
Take care, everyone.